y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? Everybody's feeling good and great and all that shit. I hope you had a great weekend. Um, but anyway, y'all know how I do it. Let's just jump right into it. So today I want to talk about sexual assault. Sexual assault is a serious topic, and the reason why I want to talk about that, well, because it's also a part of can be a part of anyone's lives. Um, but at my last seductive art workshop, six out of the seven women that were there um, experienced some form of sexual assault. Maybe it was full on rape or just being sexually assaulted, just period, just as a woman. And I'm not saying that men don't get sexually assaulted because they do. Um, see, this all goes back to we have to talk to our children. Like talk to your boys and talk to your girls about sexual assault. Right? Oh, before I go there, right? So then I just recently seen a fucking story. Yo, these fucking teachers is out of line and out of character, out of order, out of and the majority of the time that the shit that be happening, I mean, for what they put out in the media, it be Caucasians like that be doing this shit. Like, what the fuck, yo? So it just recently it was I don't know where the fuck she was. I don't remember this bitch name, but uh, she was a high school student. One of the students was 17 years old. She a whole grown woman, like she 30, 40 something years old. And she like, backing that thing up on like at the little school dance on the little 17-year-old and was trying to give him alcohol. What the fuck is going like? It just make me think like, what the fuck is in your mind to make you feel like or even be attracted to a young fucking person as an adult? I think that comes from people because clearly, on some real shit, we do not talk to our children about sex. Y'all don't have like real fucking conversations, and you really got to start doing that because it's important that they have that and that they also understand that when a fucking female says no, that means no. Just because you attracted to someone doesn't mean that you go and put your hands on her or on him or in violating somebody's body like at all. Like what? You have to tell them that. Another quick story. Why? And I believe I shared this before. My son, he was over to his father's house. His father has a girlfriend. Her girlfriend has a daughter. Her daughter is a young girl. Like my son's 17. Her fucking daughter is like, I don't know, 8, some shit. I don't know. It's a little girl, right? So I knew they lived where they live, and it was a small little joint. So I said, yo, where you sleep at? So he said, why they had him and her sleeping in the same bed, but they slept, head to foot. And I was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. And mind you, I thought I had told my son, you don't sleep in the bed with nobody. I thought I had shared that, but clearly I didn't. So I was like, you don't sleep in the bed with anyone. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell no, oh no. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a great way to set some shit up. My son's 17 years old, his dick getting motherfucking hard, and then there's somebody in the bed with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And then another thing too. That's why I tell your kids that I don't give a fuck. You don't sleep in nobody's motherfucking bed. You sleep on the fucking floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just it. Another story. This is something that I read that was so fucking gruesome, y'all. It was gruesome, and it was a true fucking story. Um, it was a coach. You nasty, disgusting motherfucker. It was a coach and they traveled, and it was a bed, and I guess most of the boys got in the bed, and I guess he zeroed in on one, and so he got in the bed with them and got underneath the cover and asked the little boy, yo, can I take it? Meaning, could he suck his dick? And I guess he was like, okay, and he sucked his dick. And the boy is like bisexual at this point in his life, like because when somebody violate your body, like you become confused. Like I said before, that 90% of the of black people who are gay that I have had conversation with were sexually assaulted or molested or raped are now full on gay. Why? Because somebody violated their motherfucking body, and then that shit just fucks your whole shit up. Like, you know, I thank God I have experienced sexual assault, but I've never been full out. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Me being sexually assaulted, I was like when I was in the what fucking grade was I in? I don't know. I could have been in the fifth, fourth, some shit like that. I had to stay after school. Some little boy came up behind me. I see him, but I don't see his face though. He came up behind me, picked me up. Now I'm walking by myself. That's why I stand at the school. And if your kids do stay at school, tell your kids, you tell your motherfucking teacher, bitch, you ain't staying at the school. My mama said no and walked the fuck up out that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Stayed at the school and the dude came behind me, grabbed me from behind, you know what I'm saying, lifted me up and put his hands in between my legs, right? Like, you know, it's like that shit, like, and then the crazy shit is too, is that I never shared that story with like no one. Like, I didn't tell my mother or, you know what I'm saying? And then a lot of people keep their shit to themselves and it eats at them in some sort of way. Well, the one way is that when it becomes to somebody being full on sexually assaulted, where penetration and touching and all this old shit comes into play, like I find that those people become, you know, they become gay or bisexual or some shit. That's why having conversations with your children are so important, because you have to tell your sons this, and your daughters that too. And also I had another friend, a guy friend, who was sexually assaulted by a female. He's in the motherfucking third grade. His motherfucking babysitter was 16, putting her big nasty pussy in this little boy's face, telling her to suck that, and she trying to put his little penis in her pussy. And he said when he used to go back to school, he would think that he could fuck his teacher. And I was look at him like, yo, why the fuck he be treating girls like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just real fucked up. And I was like, oh. And then after he shared that story with me, and I was like, oh, okay, I see why. Like, you have like resentment towards women. Some men can have, some people can be very specific in their resentment. I had one guy who shared his story with me, and he was a young guy at the time, and it was a babysitter or a teacher or somebody who touched him, and he said that, and mind you, he's a black guy, and so, and the person who did it was black, and so he told me he don't mess with females that's like, and he didn't say, like, he was just like this, you know, and he don't fuck with black girls because of that, because of the trauma. But to take that full out on black women is like, but you know, however they process it is how they process it. That's why having conversations about sex and sexuality is so important to the safety of your children. Because we're all sexual beings and we all are going to have sex. But when there's an adult involved, that's why you have to talk to them like, what the fuck going on in school? Who said what? Even before they even go to school, you have to have these types of conversations. You can't just let your child just be out here and trying to figure this shit out on their own. Like, no. Like, give them real fucking talk. So let me say, well, I know, like, y'all probably won't go at it the way I do, because, you know, I move how I move because I'm me. And my son understand me as a person, because I explained to him who I am, right? And there's no changing for you, motherfucker, because I'm me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happen to be your mama, but I'm not changing for you. But anyway, I had told my son, I said, even if, you know what I'm saying, you in the midst, your dick on hard, and she say no, right when you about to stick it in, or you like, what? Get the fuck up. I know, like, your heart pumping, your temperature has risen. Yo, you ready? Dick hard. You got to get the fuck up out of there. Don't even play them type of motherfucker. Okay, yep, you right. You know what I'm saying? Like, just inhale, exhale, and bring your ass on home, come home and beat your motherfucking meat. You have to. And then also tell your daughters to don't be going with like dudes like that. Like just be like jumping the. Oh, another fucking story. This just made me think of something. So one time, like, you know, and then like as a female, right? Say if you know guys, right, and you feel like y'all go to school together, that they cool or whatnot with you, and well, this was my thinking. And like they cool, and you know y'all gonna go out and chill and all that other shit. So you feel safe because you know them, right? But that's not always the case. And don't put yourself in that situation, because I'm gonna tell you a story that happened to me. I I was out. No, some friends had asked me to go, and I think it was like a whole bunch of dudes, and it was just me, right? And this is when I was young. We was drinking something that got like, I don't know, it was some what the fuck is that shit called? Wild Irish Rose, some shit like that, I believe. Some old, what's that? That's a low level alcohol or alcoholic type of shit. Shit probably costs like $2 for a whole fucking liter or some shit like that. So, but anyway, so I felt like I trusted them. We all went to school together. Okay, boy, come on, let's go. So I go, and we go to like a state fair or whatnot. And while we there, you know, while we in the car, we drinking and shit. So then, like at the end, like everybody, like, you know, I'm trying to keep my composure because I'm looking at shit and shit doing like this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep myself and you know, trying to stay centered as much as I possibly can. So everybody got dropped off. So the one dude that was driving was like, he took me. I don't even know if he lived there, if it was his friend. I don't know what the fuck, but I know it's fucked up. So he was like, we going here. I said, no, for what? I don't want to go home. You know what I'm saying? And then like he reached out at me and was like, you know what I'm saying, and started sucking on my neck. So I guess I've been sucking, so forgot about that one and shit. And you know, and then I remember pushing him off, and that was like, you know what I'm saying, and then that was it, and I thank God, but still, that ain't it, because that shit was traumatizing to me. Like, how the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So you never know what be in the minds of motherfuckers. That's why you have to teach your fucking children, your young boys about shit like that. You don't do things like that to girls or even boys, because a lot of males can get raped by males too. And that shit just don't happen in prison. I just told my son, yo, you don't go to nobody's motherfucking house. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know, like, nah, no, you just can't be. You can't trust everybody, because some people have ill intentions. And then also you got to teach your children to you know, assess situations, and use your internal meter, because you know what the fuck when somebody ain't if something don't feel right, and also somebody who got like fucking ill fucking spirits on them. You know what I'm saying? You feel that shit. Somebody that's mean spirited. You know what I'm saying? Who's just like thinking of grimy shit and, you know, laughing at people who is underprivileged or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know what that shit is. And a person like that, I don't know. Do you think you should be around a motherfucker like that? I think not. So I definitely tell my son that. So I would like to share that with you as a parent, or even if some young people on there, to you also use that to be like, nah, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't even go that way that you're going, because this ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers will set you the fuck up. People, we have to have conversations about, like, oh, well, that's a whole another topic. I tell y'all some other shit, but nah, that's something else. Um, have like really strong conversations, and also about them being propositioned too. You gotta talk to your kids about that, because grown motherfuckers will come up and try to motherfucking proposition them. I was just telling my son about a situation that happened to me. Um, like I was going through something real devastating. I was just walking the streets of New York City and shit, and it wasn't late. You know what I'm saying? It could have been like 6 or 7 o'clock. You know how it's like daylight savings time or whatever the fuck when it get dark early. And you know, I was feeling all fucked up. So this like this Caucasian kid just like came out of nowhere. Was like, you want to have some fun? Like, what the fuck? Some grown old ass man. Like, no, no, I don't. And then also don't be doing no any and everything for no motherfucking money. Prostitution is real. Young girls be doing that shit. And they be doing it for sneakers. 15 years old. I knew chicks who shared their story with me that was like 15 years old, telling me that they be fucking older dudes. And I was like, although I listen to them, and of course I try to lead them in the right direction, but having some strong morals about yourself, and also to look at your body as a temple, because that is, and everybody don't, and this is your house, and everybody don't come in your motherfucking temple, especially for some fucking sneakers that's trending right now. Bitch, like, you don't even give a fuck about them shits. Like, y'all have to think about them shits ain't gonna be, unless like you a real collector, but still you still don't use your body to get shit like that. Like, no, honey, you have to have strong sense of fucking self. And even guys too. I had one time another guy told me that he was out, and a Caucasian kid came up to him, was like, you know what I'm saying? He was out. He said, I was just minding my business. This motherfucker just came out of nowhere, was like, what do you think about? I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said, what do you think about? But it was relating to them having sex, and he was young. People, we gotta have these conversations with our children about that, so we can keep them safe, and also allow them to be smart. And another thing I would like to suggest to everyone is that you take some self-defense classes, or you learn how to fight, and always have something in your bag. Because as you can see, this world out here is getting crazy. Y'all think about the one, I don't know if y'all read this story or seen it on the news, but this happened here in New York. The girl had the young, like, was 19, 21, then had the baby, had the baby daddy. The baby daddy then came up behind her and shot her in her motherfucking head while she's pushing their child. Then there's a lot of motherfuckers who walking around here with mental illness. That's why you have to be able to detect that shit. You have to be your own psychoanalyst of people, like, on some real shit. All this high he shit, and you laughing at somebody who's doing foul and fucked up shit will get you fucked up. Just be safe, people, on some real shit, and teach your children young people, and not only young people, like adults too. I've heard like story, like women be so, sometimes like women, and even men, like they don't want to be alone. So of course we all want to be loved. We want somebody in our life. You know what I'm saying? Who don't want that? You know what I'm saying? But then like with all these dating apps, I'm scared of dating apps or whatever. Although there are some success stories with that. But it was a person with a dating app, and then it just got crazy. But mind you, wow. She was telling me the story. She was like, "Yo, it was something off about the shit." See that her instincts was already telling her what it was, but she ignored it, and the outcome was like devastating. So don't just allow shit to just be like, for you to just, don't allow shit to just for you to just ignore some shit when you know some shit feels shady. Yo, another quick story before I go. I remember this I was hanging out with this girl who I knew, and me and her chilling. She just met these dudes, and so I guess it seemed like her and this dude had connected. Like it looked like they probably was gonna go fuck. So she was like, "You coming with me?" I was like, "Girl, no," and I suggest you don't go. And so she come up calling me, "You a flat leaver," and all this whole shit. I was like, "Okay, whatever you call it, whatever you want to. But girl, I am not getting in this car with somebody that I do not know that you just motherfucking met, because you feel like you want to fuck him." You know what I'm saying? And that's on you. And I was like, "No, I was like, you come with me because I'm leaving. And I'm not getting in this car with this dude. Them dudes. And I suggest you don't do it either." You know what I'm saying? But she, luckily, like, well, she didn't say anything crazy happened because she did, come home or not. But she was really mad at me for not. No, bitch, I'm not doing that. You made a decision for yourself, and although I'm telling you as your friend to not do it, but I can't. You can, all you can do is make a suggestion for somebody for them to take it. That's totally up to them. And she decided not to. So you know what I'm saying? You have to think for yourself out here in this motherfucking world, people. Think for yourself. Don't let people manipulate you into thinking something, especially when you feel something that you know it ain't right. Like for me, I was just like, nah, bitch, I'm not getting in that motherfucker. I don't even know them motherfuckers. Like, you out your mind? You know what I'm saying? Nah. So anyway, y'all, please leave a comment. Let me know how do you talk to your children about sex, and if it's some young person on here, let me know what have you ever experienced something like that, and if so, how did you handle it? We got to get the conversation going. I'd like to say thank y'all so much. My name is Rill. I'm an intimacy coach / seductress with a service called Seductive ArT. My next Seductive ArT workshop is happening in October 2000. Right now. I'll be planning the date this week. So make sure y'all ladies look out for that. You can go to my website, which is seductive-art.com. I'm also an author. The title of my book is called QUICKIE. It's 7 short erotic stories. Read while you fuck while you read. It's an ebook form only. I'm also a designer. The name of my brand is Rill Nice by Rill. This is one of my creations. It has a little crown on it to let you know that we some queens. You got some cutouts at the top, cutouts at the bottom. You got this right here, and on the back it says originator. That's hand painted by myself, and it says originator because I did that because Black women are the originators. My website is down. I'm in the process of redoing everything and all that. I should re-strategizing. So, y'all look out for that. It's never end, Sometimes shit fails. You just gotta come at it from a different direction. So that's what I'm on right now. If I resonate with you, I would like to ask that you hit that, click that. I appreciate that. Also, y'all already know how we leave here. I am a firm believer of everybody being themselves. Like, stop going along because I don't know what it has been taught to you or whatever. But you have your own thought process about that. But the one thing I would say is that you need to be true to who you are as an individual. Don't fold. Don't turn the corner on it. Don't shiver. Don't pause. Regardless of whomever company you may be in, regardless of whatever environment that you're in. However, there is etiquette. You always have etiquette, but yet you being true to who you are is so important because this is what makes you unique. Like, a lot of people like to get on me because I curse. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'm a cursing ass bitch. Like, I ain't for everybody ain't for me, and that's fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yet I'm true to who I am. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not folding. I ain't doing none of that shit for nobody to make you feel some kind of way. You understand what I'm saying? Bitch, I'm me. So the key to this whole shit is for you to recognize that you are unique, that you are an individual, that you are magnificent. And it's so important that you stay true to who you are and always be you. Until we meet again. Peace.